In too deep. Sissy desires in an empty shopping mall. Nikki Crescent. Chapter 1. I don't think it would be fair to call me a criminal. I'd never committed a crime until the day I broke into that mall. Though I did break in intentionally to steal money from the cash register, so I suppose that makes me a criminal. It was my first and last crime, my first because I wanted the money and my last because my plan failed miserably. I only did it because I was absolutely certain I would get away with it. I was in the mall the day before they closed down for renovations, and while I was using the bathroom, I overheard two security guards talking about the camera systems being down throughout the whole complex. "Hopefully we get better cameras with the renovations," one of the guards said. "Even if the damn things actually worked, the image quality is still complete garbage." I didn't think much of it in that moment. I was at the mall with my sister, who I was in town visiting. It was supposed to be my last night in town, and she wanted to get a few things before heading off to Cancun with her new boyfriend. Having nothing better to do, I figured I would tag along. It was while we were checking out that I learned how to access the store's cash register. The employee in training had screwed something up, and she needed to reset the system. She called the manager over, who entered in a code which made the register pop open, and then he showed her how to complete the transaction manually. I saw him enter the code 1212. There must have been a few $1,000s in that register. And how much easier could it have been? I knew the security cameras were broken, and I knew the code to the register. All I had to do was break in once they were closed, and bam, I would be a few $1,000s richer. It would be the perfect crime. Long before the time they realized the money was missing, I would be on the other side of the country. So after my sister had gone to sleep for the night and my bags were packed up in my car, I snuck out of the house, headed towards the mall. I parked a few blocks away, knowing there would probably be a security guard on duty, patrolling the parking lot, making note of any cars that came and parked in the middle of the night. I sat in the shadows between the streetlights as I waited for the security guard to drive by a couple of times. It was a long, boring wait, but I wasn't willing to take any unnecessary risks. It seemed as though he only drove around the complex once every 20 minutes, which gave me tons of time to break into the mall. The mall doors were already boarded up for the renovations that were going to take 3 months. It was a late Friday night, or an early Saturday morning technically, so I knew I wouldn't have to worry about.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?